What is up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, day traders, class swing traders? Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. I see you guys piling into the room already. We got Albert in the house. Good morning to you, Cindy, Frank, Jade, Lauren, Lou, Marius, Micus. Good morning, Peter. We got Shane, Tim. Good morning to you. We got Real Virtual Demand in YouTube. All my other lurkers out there in YouTube land that just sitting back, just watching, just in the blood no seeds. Don't want to participate and comment. It's okay. I still love you. Hit that like and subscribe button, but. Looks like we got better than expected retail sales. So month over month, essentially came in flat. They were expected a minus 0.03. So not bad in terms of some numbers coming out. We did have Jerome Powell. I don't know if anybody sat through the Jerome Powell. It was like a interview situation. I don't really know exactly what it was. Some interesting stuff he was talking about, just in terms of like how the Fed works and his daily schedule and things like that. But essentially, he even came out and said, like, I'm not going to use this platform to deliver any type of like signals to the market or anything like that. So it was anybody who was waiting for Jerome Powell yesterday, it was kind of a nothing burger. Tim says it was funny. Yeah, it was funny, but then it was like weird at the same time. Like, like I don't know whoever was asking the questions was like he was making jokes and Jerome Powell was kind of hitting the pitches coming toward him. So like it was like the audience was laughing, kind of like it was like watching a sitcom type situation, like it was a laugh track in the background. I don't know. But then it was a little strange because he was kept asking him like, so how do we get the inside information? Like how do you can we go to lunch and you leak information and like I don't know it was like I pretty sure it was intended for a joke, but he just kept saying it over and over, and it was like, are you asking Jerome Powell to do illegal things? I'm not sure exactly where this is headed, but either way, for the markets, it was essentially nothing burger. We had a little bit of a crazy day, I would guess. I mean, we did out of the gate, we had that initial rando drop. We were live on YouTube, so anybody that was here on YouTube, you guys that were with me, like this candle, which is it looks small now, but it was a pretty big candle that came on the SPY. There wasn't really any news on this one. After that happened, we just kind of ran it up all day until another candle without any real news. So just low volatility markets. Some of you guys saying sound. I mean, I'm talking. It doesn't mean I'm saying anything, but I'm talking. I don't know if you guys could hear me. Just let me know. Peter says it's good on his end. Mary says it's good. Yeah, Joe. It's just you this time. It's just you. So either the speakers are off or just you might have to just bounce out and kind of re-sign in, but we'll see. Otherwise, yeah, there not a lot of real news came in. This is around the time when I think Jerome Powell started to talk. He got a little lift, and then we sold into the end of the day. What's important about that little sell-off, though, and somehow my chart just went missing. The little sell-off at the end of the day essentially just filled that gap from where we closed. So we got into Friday's closing price of the market. We got a little rally from there. Today, at least, we are above yesterday's VPOC. So I'd want to, if I'm going to stay bullish, I want to keep this market above 561.82. Somewhere down there should be a little retest. It is an inside day today with some resistance kind of hanging right above us, 562.74. So, uh, inside day, we do have a little high wave indecision, nothing too crazy, but watch this 562.68, see if we get a little resistance there, and then see if we just want to play some ping pong back and forth between those two. It's not a huge range until one of those breaks. But to me, all of this is just really just kind of that retest, and I think we have a better shot of eventually, maybe not the first attempt, but I do think we could break this 562.70. So that's where I'd be leaning and looking for that support to hold pretty strong at that 561. What do we say? 84, somewhere around there. We shall see. Qs. Let's see what kind of close we got on the Qs yesterday. We said it was going to be a little bit more, I think, choppy, a little bit tougher for the Qs to really produce yesterday. That turns out to be the case. But we have we have a lower VPOC than yesterday, so volume is a little bit at a lower price point. Otherwise, still just really chopping for the most part. We broke out of Friday's candle at one point, came back, closed as an inside day. So nothing too crazy. And both of those days are still in this looming bearish engulfing candle. So we'll see if, again, some hangout here, not too bad, just getting some moving averages to kind of catch up to it. And then that maybe could continue that little rotation. We'll take a look at TLT. That one I believe was gapping down yesterday. Yep, so gapping down. Uh, the Bulls tried it. They tried their hardest, closed a little bit lower than it opened. Today we got a nice little gap up, so that's doing decent. And then let's check out IWM, which has just been straight ripping and going absolutely crazy. Looks like we got some more continuation today. Again, we have a little bit of an IWM. The Russell is going to cover any of the smaller cap names. So if your portfolio has a lot of those more, I would say, valued, I would say even just more value names than anything. But Russell is starting to get that breakout after a massive consolidation. This is a retest gap today after uh, 4 pretty bullish days, especially 2 of them. But even those small little moves have been with some gaps too. So definitely got some bullish pressure. Do we have any resistance up here from? Oops, I don't want to. No, stop it. I keep getting this message. Do you want to leave the site? No, I want to stay on TradingView. Let's see. We got. Where is this next real resistance? The next one that I really see is about 223.07, so that's got some room in it. No, I just want to scroll back. I don't want to leave the website. And then maybe we start getting into this 220. So we're starting to hit a little resistance up here. And we do have 4, like we said, 4 strong bullish days in a row. But it looks like we do have a little bit more room to the higher side. So be interesting to see if the bulls are going to continue to press that gas pedal. I see a couple tickers coming in. If you guys got other tickers, let me know. We'll start with DraftKings. That's the first one I see. That's definitely not spelled like that though. Hold on. There we go, DKNG. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 days of consolidation, creating a little double bottom. You got this higher low, which is good. You even got a little bit of a hammer. Not too much volume came in here. July. It is what it is. The more impressive is that we are getting back. We didn't ever break down this big volume candle. We did once. We kind of closed back in there, right in this little zone here. Other than that, we broke out. I could look at this as just a retest into this candle. And I think we are leaning a little bit more bullish. This is again a retest gap. So probably see a little pullback, a little profit taking right out of the gate, especially ahead of this moving average that's coming in right around here, 39.78. I'd want to be more bullish than bearish on DraftKings. I do like this opening price a lot. The fact that we're above and we still have 20 minutes till the morning ding 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 bell. But we got 39.66. So if we can stay above that, I'd be looking for that to be my first spot to hold. How strong that is, not 100% sure. If we end up breaking that, I'm looking for, I think 39.48 and then maybe into this 39.29 would be a good spot. But if DraftKings gives me a little high wave, we've got room to the higher side. So if we get some kind of small high wave candle, I wouldn't mind trying it. Targets to the long direction would be about $40.36. And if we could manage to squeeze past that, the next one I have up, a small one, would be 40.54. And then we got 41.52. So we're in that zone. So it's got some room on it. Yeah, I like it. I like it. But give me some kind of quick profit taken out of the gate, something. I don't know. SQ. Yeah, Kevin's got the one I was looking at pre-market. We'll get to that one. I was waiting for that one to come in. That one looks real good. Square. Square looks like it's already breaking out. We'll look at PayPal next because that was also requested. PayPal lagging at this point. Square, we do have earnings coming out. When is this? Not till August 1st. So we actually have PayPal earnings, I believe, on the 30th. So, okay. So we got Square coming out after it, but nice little run up into maybe that earnings. Maybe we get that continuation, especially if IWM wants to remain strong. That's a lot of buying. Good consolidation. Again, we have this little inverted head and shoulders. Nice little hammer over here on Wednesday, the July 10th. Heading into I'd be a little concerned with that amount of buying into that resistance. Longer term, probably get some continuation on this thing. I can see us getting back at least to the 77.58 zone, but it might take some time. Let me see if there's any volume. Not a lot of volume here at open, so maybe we could get, I mean, if we could get a small little pullback, get some better risk to reward. Probably buyers looking to step in somewhere around 72.21, and then tight range either to about 73.82, or if we get through that, maybe 74.64. So we have a little bit of a range. It might be a little tighter today. Bulls might be a little more cautious after this run. And then if they are cautious on Square, PayPal is a little bit of a lagger. Hasn't made that quite same move yet, so you might see some kind of rotation coming in. I do like the PayPal gap a little bit. Still inside day. Would like to see a pullback into about $60.66. Not sure if we get it or not, but um, I think lagging, and it does have a little similar feature to what Square has, just hasn't moved yet. So there's our inverted head and shoulders. I got my left shoulder here, my head, my right shoulder, kind of sitting at the neckline for now. I could actually make a case that we probably broke this neckline with this gap up if it holds. Let's see. I don't know how straight this line's gonna be. Probably right into that VPOC would be my neckline. There's the left, there's the head, there's the right. So yeah, I'd be looking to probably buy it off that VPOC. We do have some more room on this one. So about 61.28 would be the first one, and that one we've already kind of played around with, so maybe extended target 61.76. But I wouldn't mind. I do have positions. Actually, I just added another deposit for this month to add to this position down here somewhere at the 58 zone. So been buying. I've got a decent sized position on it, so we'll see what happens. Obviously, I've also got some calls. I got a whole bunch of stuff on this one. So, uh, if you couldn't tell, I do like PayPal. 60, I think we had 63.33 was a decent resistance for it. So at least I think my little future target would be up to there. And if we start to break that, I think we're back in the 67.50 range. And if we could somehow break through 67.50, which maybe we need the earnings or at least the run up past earnings, I got about 73.44 as the next target. So it's got a little bit of a good path. It hasn't moved like Square yet. Maybe has a little bit of a better range than Square does today. Just at least it hasn't been bought up like Square. So there's not as many people trying or already profitable on this one. We might run into some sellers. We'll see. Yep. Joe and Kevin are with me. I'm gonna get to shop, and then we'll go to Albert's UNH and GS. But shop looks very interesting. I saw Amazon running also pre-market too. I believe today and tomorrow is Amazon Prime Day, so make sure you guys lock in your deals. Yes, I do get paid by Amazon to advertise for them. So I really don't care if you buy anything off of Amazon or not, but part of my contract, I do have to let everybody know to go to Amazon.com to buy things. It's just weird that it's written in there. It's crazy. But we got Shopify. Pretty good gap. Pretty solid gap. We are at a resistance opening into it. It is already a decent move. So I'm gonna play devil's advocate here for a second and go, okay, 67.70 might be tough. The next one we got up from here is 67.81 after we moved about $3.40. But we're also trapping 6 days of 6 days of bears. Shopify stock is rising. This is 2 minutes ago. Let me see if there was any. Okay, that didn't go well as far as that news. Nope, still no. Let me see. None of my news is loading right now. Let's see. Maybe it's just Benzinga. Mm, let's see. Was there an upgrade on them or something? Nothing there. I'm not sure if there was news on these guys. Oh, there we go. Securities upgrades Shopify to a buy. So, all right. So Shopify has an average rating of outperform, price targets ranging from 63 to $100 according to analysts. Got you. A little bit of a upgrade from B of A. But you are trapping a lot of people on this one. We have a lot of room to go. If we could break those couple key numbers, 67.83 is the big one. That should take us at least to 68.79, but why stop there when we could get to 69.55? So yeah, I've already, besides DraftKings, which I just moved up, but I already got shot pretty high up there on that list. I'm gonna be watching that one very, very closely. I was looking at that one pre-market too. I was like, All right, let's take a look at UNH. I would love Shop to like sell a little, take some profit, and then like I think we could play it. I don't want to play it bearish, that's for sure. UNH. How much volume came in? It's a good gap and go. Still inside day. Even this candle though, so this is a little bit of a tricky one. It's a gap and go considering it's a red candle. We're gapping up higher than even the open. What I've been concerned with is even this candle is a retest, so you still close this one higher. You still have a lot of people now profitable in this stock. Not a horrible location for the open. Obviously, there's some bullish momentum in this thing. I'm looking at resistance, maybe about 532.84. I would have to let this thing sell off first. That being said, could it open and just run and I miss it? Yeah. I think I'd have to give this one a little time. That was a hefty move. I think it is now we're gonna yeah, it looks like it's starting to break out of that range. Yesterday's entire candle. That could change things. I'll have to see where this one opens. We do have this little resistance 533.41. You do have a lot of buyers, pretty profitable. Even at open yesterday, even with that run up, you got close to that resistance. We didn't quite hit it. So if somebody's target is sitting somewhere around 534.55, that would not have gotten hit. But no stops were triggered either, so they're probably still in this thing. I think this one might be a little tricky. It does look bullish. My biggest concern would be there's still a lot of people I think profitable to the long side, and we're getting close to maybe some of those people's targets. I can even see up to here 542.60. We'll see. The next one we got is GS Goldman Sachs. Did they report today? I know some banks are starting to. Goldman Sachs did report yesterday morning. They beat by 3.25%. They also beat on revenue by 382 million. Not bad. All-time highs. Yeah, if you're playing this one, you're looking for continuation. We do have yesterday's VPOC at the high of the day, which is pretty bullish. But 492.72, that might be today's resistance on this one. Like I said, if you're playing this one, you're looking for a spot to buy to go long. I wouldn't fade it here. Nothing about this thing says to go short. It is doing something a little bit different than the rest of the market. A lot of the things we looked at so far are gap ups. This is definitely a gap down, but I don't think I would be that scared if I was in this thing bullish with that close. It just might take a little bit to get through that resistance. But if you're trying to play this thing, I'd let it get to like 492.35, 492.40, and then look to see if we get a little continuation. But we've already had a good move on this one, so um, and it's at all-time highs, so I got no other technicals up there. So if I was playing that, I'm going for a 1.2, something like that. MTCH. Joe says Palantir. Nathan wants Datadog. All right. Match Group, good gap up. Is this earnings or upgrade? There's only two reasons. Oh, three reasons. Yeah, I forgot. Activist investor. Okay. All right. We got activist investor news. We got the 200 coming in somewhere around 34.57. I'd be cautious of that. Also with the activist investor looking for some sales to make a sale. I don't know what price that would be put at. Bigger target if we could make it through that 200, look for 35.90. So that still gives us about $2 higher, but we're gonna have some resistance coming in prior to that. This is also a retest gap too. Activist investor. I don't know if I would fade it out of the gate. This is a retest gap. I'd have to look for maybe we could get a green high wave candle, or we push up into that 34.50 zone and we start failing. That might be the spot to want to play that for a retest. But otherwise, yeah. I don't know. I just don't know how I want to play that. Otherwise, looks good, and I gotta look a little bit more into that news for what that price target is. All right, let me get to PLTR. What do we got? 7 minutes. I should be able to cover them all. They're coming in, they're flying in though, these tickers, so I don't know. Palantir, still inside day from yesterday. That is still a very bullish close. We have the VPOC closing at somewhere around 29.12 yesterday, higher than every other single one. We've had quite the run up so far. I was talking to my buddy yesterday. I was texting him. I was like, man, because I have shares. I've got a decent amount of shares of Palantir. And I was like, I want to sell some more covered calls. I just can't figure out where. This is an interesting spot to do so. Momentum is bullish right now into this kind of previous little pivot. The market right now still looks pretty bullish. And I'm looking for like where can I safely sell these puts? I don't really see a spot to like $35. Like if I'm giving it a month time, maybe 35. But if we start breaking out of this little pivot, I think that 35 hits pretty quickly. I don't see anything really holding us back. And then we might even get up to like this 38. So I'm not selling calls yet. I'm just going to kind of hold my shares because everything is still bullish on this one. That being said, today is a little bit of a gap down. It is a bearish gap and go. I think momentum. I think people are still looking more for buy the dip opportunities. We got some support. We're kind of gapping into slightly below at this point, but 28.31. And then I think a bigger one would be 28.01. That one has been retested. So we get down there, that can break, and then a much stronger support 27.50s. But I think as long as we're in this zone, there's going to be some buyers still kind of stepping in. Maybe we trade sideways for a little bit after a big move, but even that close was higher than that pivot. The VPOC's higher, so I'd still remain more bullish than bearish. And if we could just get past this one little resistance, it's got another $6-7 in this thing. So I'm just gonna hold. I'm gonna hold the fort. Let's see. We got EL. Estee Lauder still looks like a very rough trend. Pre-market, we are gapping up about 56 cents at the moment. In a longer term basis, are we at a support? I would say so. I don't know how strong the support is. This is only the first time we've really gotten down here. I don't know unless we go back in history and is there more somewhere? Let's see, weekly. Yeah, so even on the weekly volume zone, this is a spot that could get held up. Maybe we could look for kind of that double bottom here in a long-term perspective. I have a wave count on this one. I could even make a case that we do have a decent weekly wave count. I don't hate Estee Lauder. I think that margins in that entire sector are just outrageous. But this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on a weekly basis. That's not bad. I got big resistance, at least on the weekly time frame, coming in somewhere around 131, 35. I'm not opposed to taking a shot here. If we do come down a little bit more, I would be looking for about an $81. So if we start breaking this pivot, we start really holding underneath it, especially if it's after some consolidation for a little bit. Protect yourself, have some puts. There could be about $20 to the downside from here. Otherwise, I don't hate the company. I think I think they're very well run. Their margins are good. I don't think people are going to stop buying Estee Lauder anytime soon, to be quite honest. So I think for a long-term basis, this is probably one to look at. For a day trade basis, though, and how do I get these lines off my chart? Clear all drawings. There we go. Long-term basis or shorter-term basis, this is quite the trend down. Yesterday's closed VPOG lower than all of them. I think it's still got a little bit of selling pressure. Might need to chop around for a little bit. If you're trying to play it bullish from here, you got to watch this 102, 10, yeah, about 102.30, somewhere that there should be resistance. The next one's about 103.38. Just with this downtrend, I probably don't want to play this one bullish yet. For a long-term perspective, meaning like, do I think in 10 years Estee Lauder's price is going to be higher than $101? Yeah, I would think so. I'm not sure where that price target would be, but I think it would be higher. So here would be an interesting spot for the long term. And then if it does break, for me, I would be just kind of dollar cost averaging down all the way to the $80 mark. So we'll see. Interesting though. I'm actually going to add this one to. I got it on my list already, so I got to keep it in mind for next month's long term purchase. Sam, I got 2 minutes left. I thought I had a lot of time. We got Boston Beer Company, Sam Adams. Uh, just kind of hanging in there. They do have a little bit of support. We're unless I'm missing something. Pre-market doesn't look like I have any pre-market tickers on here. I don't know if it loaded or not, but looks like it's just kind of hanging out of this support. We are creating lower highs. So we'll see if this one wants to hold. I don't really have a huge advantage pre-market on this one for day trade. SCHW with a big gap and go. I would say so. Yeah, that's a disaster. Whew, that's rough. That is rough. This one does look short. You have that 200 coming in. That's probably where some buyers are going to step in, somewhere around 68.48. So that would be my target to the downside. This is a big, massive gap. We moved a lot already. If you're looking to play a fade, first stop 69.79. We might be able to make it to about 70.23 if you're playing this one long. I don't know how comfortable I'd be playing it long unless we probably hit the down a little bit further, 68.48. Maybe we even hit that pre-market already. But a gap like that, it probably will come a little bit lower. So we will see. Was that off of earnings? Was that off good earnings too? Surprise beat on revenue by a penny. And then, yeah, they missed their revenue by $307 million. That would do it. That would do it. And I got Datadog too. There's the opening bell. Let me get to Datadog real quick. Let's see. Right now opening at a big resistance, a retest gap. If you're looking to go long, 129.80. If you're going short, probably right there at that morning tick. But probably just chilling today on Datadog. Otherwise, I think I figured out how to end this thing. Hold on. I think I got to do a stop screen share on YouTube. Let's see. Okay. Unfortunately, YouTube land, I found that stop live stream button. So, but make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. We are doing this live every day, 9 a.m. to 9:30 Eastern. You guys are incredible.